Welcome back to Little Snickers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey here with Jean-Benet Dalcalo.
Hey, my name is John Dalcalo, everybody.
Jacob Matera.
Scooey.
Somebody didn't like that I call you Jacob Matera because they thought your name was Jacob Matera.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people think I'm fucking Jean-Benet something.
All right, well, I'm glad you clarified that. Danny Dubs, welcome, brother. We're back, y'all. A little bit of a bummer. I was ready to drink a champagne bottle full of my own piss if the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Now I got to sit here like a dickhead and drink a 0% alcohol Heineken instead.
You know, you can still piss in that.
Yeah, you can.
I should. We do have time.
We'll leave the pistol on ice for you. All right, Mike?
I like it, Jake.
Yeah.
You guys doing good?
Yeah, I made a speedy recovery. I'm sorry that you're bummed about the piss thing.
Yeah, you know, there's always next year. They're going to be good for a while. Philly start up this week too, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to drink piss.
Mike, we had a tough week, me and you.
We did.
The Eagles lost, and Taco Bell got rid of the salsa verde burrito.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And they got rid of the fucking double grilled steak cheese thing.
I never had that one.
Oh, man. It was like 9,000 calories.
I'm sorry,
How have
Jake.
you guys not
deserve
learned to fucking not catch feelings for limited time items?
I was hooked.
Come on. You know these things are going to go away. That's why you have it once a week until it goes away. So by the time it's gone, you're kind of sick of it anyway.
So you would recommend walking for the border?
I don't think I'm walking anywhere, pal.
Not with them feet. I showed you perverts a very disturbing picture last night.
I don't want to even get into that,
No?
honestly.
Okay.
No,
All right.
that's-
I'll leave it alone.
I'd like to hear some more news about that before we
Pretty nice.
discuss it.
Okay. Well, I'll put it on ice.
Next to the pistol.
Keep that on ice. Keep the question marks out there. You know, it'll intrigue people.
I'll respect your wishes, but last night,
You did not allow me to say no. By the way,
I did feel bad. Yeah.
Yeah, when you said, "Hey, want to see something fucked up?" and I immediately responded, "Yes," I didn't expect to get.
Neither did I. Neither did I. And my friend, our very good friend Brian Fennell, had just picked me up for a Valentine's Day, 11 o'clock date to go to a dive bar. And right before I walked in, I saw that. I was like, oh, thank God I'm with you for this.
Yeah. So thank you, Freddie, for that image, man. That was truly one of the most fucked up things I have ever seen.
We'll get into it eventually.
Yeah.
Whew.
All right, friend, you ready to flip that coin to find out if we're doing a Jokers episode? You need them. And,
You know who's coming up on the this new season of the Jokers?
who's that?
I'm about to have
Joey Fat One?
no, but those are good episodes. I'm about to have a crossing of worlds that I never expected.
No way.
You haven't seen this?
John Mayer?
Is in an episode of the Jokers coming up. So
Oh, congrats, buddy.
I'm thinking my luck's gonna come around sooner than later because I gotta talk about that. How can I not? Can't keep my lips sealed.
I give you credit for that because I know that you've been into John Mayer for a while.
Thank you. I know you don't like to give credit for new fans, but this was the first time I ever watched the Eagles play. So here we go. Let's talk about these gods of comedy. God damn it. Maybe next week.
All right, baby. Furman, we're doing murder, baby.
We're doing it.
This gentleman is a real weirdo. I can relate to some of what he did, though. Because all of his murders were done to spite 3 bosses that he hated.
This might be the best stinker yet.
Yeah. I think everybody can relate to this.
Yeah, I can relate a little bit to him. This gentleman's name is Dale Anderson. No crazy nicknames, no fucking Tallahassee ticklers or none of that shit.
That does sound like the nickname for the real name of the Tallahassee tickler.
To me, just Dale Anderson is scarier
Yeah.
than having some fucking ominous fucking wrestling nickname like most of these fucking dildos have.
You picturing, you probably already know what the fella looks like, but if you just heard the name Dale Anderson, you picturing more of an office setting guy or a blue collar kind of guy?
I picture him as a King of the Hill character.
Okay, you're getting stuck on Dale, and I'm getting stuck on Anderson. So I think he is a agent in the Matrix. Jake,
Jake, what are you feeling, brother?
know-
do you want to say something dumber?
I mean, just give me the opportunity. Yeah, he already got the beautiful.
The preemptive double capping.
Yeah, no, he definitely it sounds like an office name. Like, what's that guy who's in?
It sounds like the guy who made Dilbert or something.
Yes, yeah.
That's Scott Adams.
Okay.
Nothing like that.
I don't know. Dale Anderson, just a plain name. Somebody that's middle management but gives you a hard time at work.
He did do some insurance work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is that where all of his bosses gave him
Yeah.
gave him shit?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Justifiably so, but you don't want to piss off a Dale.
Did he seem like he deserved the shit he was getting? Was he a bad worker?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, terrible worker. Yeah.
Then I can relate. I've been fired for incompetence multiple times.
Terrible worker, wildly incompetent, and a little handsy.
Ooh.
You can identify with that. I know you can.
Yeah, I've been kicked out of a couple offices in my time.
You got fired before, Furman?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think one time I was getting fired and I did that like, well, fuck you, I quit.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was still somehow able to collect benefits after the fact. So I was like, all right. So I guess that doesn't count.
That's incredible.
Okay.
Actually, no, there is one time, a huge time.
What happened?
I was a data entry thing, couldn't fucking do it. The woman who was training me would just look up people who were recently arrested. Like that's all she would do in the day. And she's like, I do this because it makes me feel better about myself.
What?
Yeah. She was just like, because like there's a place that
Yeah.
like just puts up the new mugshots. And I was like, wow, that's fucking twisted. Well, she goes on vacation and I just suffer the whole week. And by the end of the week, I had just bought my house. The guy's like, he brings me in and he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, you're not hitting your quota. And I'm like, he's like, I'll take a pay cut. I need this. I just bought a house. He's like, oh no, like I begged with him. He's like, I'm firing you today.
Oh my God, Jake.
I'm like, please, I can't, I really need your support on this. And he goes, Jake, I wanted a superstar. You're not even mediocre.
Fuck. What kind of job was it?
Right?
Surgeon.
Data entry.
But I mean, like, what
Data
were you,
entry.
What were you
Here's the thing.
inputting?
I know I look like the Wayne Gretzky of data entry. But I was like,
He hasn't left the computer in 3 decades.
but all my pleading stopped at that moment. I'm like, got it. And then I like quietly packed my things because nobody had an office. It was just like a cubicle farm with like without the walls.
Mm-hmm.
It was just desk after desk.
Did they hear this?
No, thank God. The boss's thing, the door was closed. So I quietly pack everything, and some fucking girl who's like same age as me, who's like definitely missing something mentally. I say that because her monitor, the 20-inch monitor, was a Google image of feet with smiley faces.
Oh, that's
drawn on
normal.
it. And she kept the job. I just want to clarify. She kept the job.
That's
I lost
superstar
mine.
behavior.
You're not even mediocre. Oh, really? Have you seen my screensaver?
But I'm quietly carrying everything out. It's like 1:30, 2:30 in the
Oh,
afternoon.
my God.
And she goes in front, and everyone looks up. She goes, Jake, where are you going? And I'm like, I just have to go get something out of my car. And I'm like wearing my bag. And like,
Yeah, I just got to go get my AR-15 out of my trunk.
Wait, did you? And then after that, you said you can't fire me. I quit.
no, that one I did get. I accepted it.
Oh, it was a different one.
Yeah, that was. I just remembered that one because I blocked it from my memory.
What was
only-
this guy's name? No, first name.
Jerry,
And his last name.
which I love. I have.
It's kids.
Yeah. But the best part, dude, he was like, it was a data entry company. His dad gave him the company.
His data.
His data gave him
That entry.
But every day, I'm not even kidding, he would watch all of us. Like we would basically like help process. We're like a third party, help people get their mortgages, right? Like it was like a very weird company. I was like, this can't be legal. Like you're whiting out names of companies and putting our company in other.
Oh, yeah,
it was
that's
like,
very
yeah.
Whoa.
So I'm like, I don't know about this.
You'll like this guy a lot.
But every day he would sit, because I told you there was a cubicle farm with no walls. So he would walk out of his office and sit at like the main like empty desk and just stand over like or sit watching everyone work and then just lick envelopes
Oh, my God.
and like stuff bills in there. And then he'd say things like, "Hey, I'm going to post office. Does anyone need anything?"
Yeah, I need some stamps.
Yeah, like what? Do you, like
Do they have a soda machine? What the fuck do you
yeah,
want me to get from
like,
there?
Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah, Jerry, while you're licking. That's something you could have done, Jerry.
"Damn it,
Let's go back.
Mike, I needed you."
That was a superstar joke.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mine was mediocre, so I get it now.
Well, Jake, if you said that one, you would have put the median mediocre.
I tried to fight for my job that I had for like a month in LA, and the guy brought me in the office and was like, "You're just not cutting it." And I was like, come on, I'll do better. And he was like, what will you do different? And I was like, you are right, man. I hate this place.
Yeah.
You?
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
jobs that I got. I got fired from. All right, so I got fired from weekends at this job that I worked at, which was like a home for people with elderly people with mental illness. it was just a dreadful job because I got paid very little. I was working, most weeks I was working like 80 hours a week. So like I felt like I was going insane.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, I was doing a lot of cocaine. And
I always forget that there's going to be something added. Like on top of that, that's when I started shoving pills up my ass every day. Rented out a hotel room for a week.
but I would have to work every other weekend. I would be on the schedule for every other weekend, but inevitably I would just call out. Just because once the weekend came, baby,
Oh, yeah.
I was getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And I came back one Monday, and my boss, this lady, Carolyn, a very nice lady, she called me in the office, and I thought I was getting fired. And she's like, you're on the schedule for this week and this week and this week, and you call it out here, 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 and which was like pretty much every weekend I had been scheduled for a couple months straight. She's like, as a result, we're not going to schedule you for weekends anymore.
You got the hint.
Yeah, all right, cool. And then at that point, like I felt like she seemed like she was punishing me. She gave the impression that she was punishing me, but it's like I have my weekends back now.
Yeah.
So then before I got up to leave, I was like, you know, if you just ever need somebody in a pinch, you can call me. And she slow blinked and she's like, you will be the last person we call.
Holy shit.
That's a happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was a very sweet lady, and she did what she had to do. And I got fired from another job that was pretty much the same, but it was at a different place. And I was taken aback because I had never been fired before. Mm-hmm. And I was just calling out almost every weekend that I was scheduled for.
So you knew it was coming.
I didn't. I just thought I was a nice guy that would never get fired and I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. And it was a shame because I did like that one. That was a pretty good one. But, you know, I had a good run. It was a tough job, though, because oftentimes I would get there and I was tasked with taking care of one man in particular. And a lot of times I would get there on Saturday mornings, and the first thing that he was tasked to do when he woke up was to bathe. And I would just knock on the door, check on him, ask if he was okay. Sometimes he'd be okay.
Yeah.
But other times he'd be sitting in a tub full of water and his own diarrhea.
Making stew.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you hungry? You want a cup or a bowl?
So even though I did like that
Or a
job for
bowl.
the most part, I was, I wasn't brokenhearted, but I was taken aback.
Jesus.
So you're going to like this guy, Jake.
Dale Anderson.
Dale Anderson, born November 24th, 1951, John in Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Go Containers.
They're the Fighting Cantonese, John. Get it right, dickhead.
I'm sorry, I speak Mandarin.
Yeah. He was, all right, born in Canton, Ohio. His family moved to Belleville, Illinois when he was a child. His mother was named Vera. His father's name was George, but called himself Dick, which sounds insane to me. Have you guys ever thought about calling yourself after genitalia?
No.
Please, my father's George. Call me Schlong.
Hi, I'm Flaccid. Nice to meet you.
It's pronounced Weiner, not Wiener.
He was a pretty good student, Jake. So no weird shit like we normally find with serial killers. No evidence of fucking getting porked, setting fires, beating cats up, severe head injuries, none of that shit. He was a good student. Went to Illinois State University to become a teacher, and he fell in love with a lady named Linda. Pretty nice. Now, at this point, he's like 20 years old, and he starts to go a little unhinged. Comes home one day, out of the blue, he starts accusing his mother of stealing his money. And poor Vera's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, I know you took my money. You need to give it back to me. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he starts choking his mother in the kitchen.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Homer Simpson, why I oughta. To his own damn mom. You ever choke your mom, Jake?
No, I thought about it, but I've never actually done it.
Bet you, John.
I could never.
Why not?
It's my mommy.
I know, but sometimes they be doing stuff.
Not
Moms be doing too much sometimes.
That they do, Mike.
Oh, do you get this? So they eventually get married, and they have a son and a daughter, and he's obsessed with becoming a cop. Even though he and his wife both become certified teachers, he fucking hates teaching. All he wants to do is to be a cop and to be a dickhead. Not that that's what cops are, John.
You said that.
All right. But sometimes they be doing too much.
John, you have the right to remain silent on this one.
So that doesn't last too long. Nobody's hiring him to be a cop. She's like, all right, fuck it. I'll become a claims adjuster for an insurance company. Quickly, he falls out of favor with his bosses because he's just doing weird shit around the office. He's falsifying documents like you used to.
Okay.
And it doesn't last too long. He works for Allstate initially. He gets fired, but then he gets hired at another insurance company, and he gets a stern talking to because what do you think he's doing?
Overselling insurance. I don't know what you can do wrong in that industry.
Pocketing money and not reporting things?
No, he's harassing ladies.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, the handsy part.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, you led on to that.
And it's not just at work either. He gets talked to at church as well.
Whoa.
They have to put men next to him at church because he becomes so handsy with the female members of the congregation.
Jesus Christ. They just shuffle him to a different parish. Just a different pew. You start small.
That's usually what priests do. Now get this. Luck ends up turning into his favor because in 1978, when he's 27 years old, he gets a job as a jailer. He's not
in the industry now.
Yeah, he's got his foot in the door.
Yeah.
He's not permitted to have a gun, but he brings one anyway.
Whoa.
They love when you go the extra mile.
Yeah. Real self-starter.
Yeah, he's going the extra green mile.
Wow.
So there was like a federal program which he was able to like squeeze in on where they got a little extra money.
Uh-huh.
And the county where he lived in was St. Clair County. And he was able to get in under this new program where they had this extra money. They're like, all right, fine. We'll give this dickhead the responsibility of just locking up prisoners and making faces at them while they're serving their time.
That would be I would line up. I would apply for that job.
I could picture you as a security guy.
Who,
or
me?
a jail guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm enforcing nothing. Look at me. Like, I'm like, guys, come on. Back in your cell, guys.
You'd be good at a women's prison. Anybody ever told you that?
I don't want to get beat up at a women's prison.
No, you wouldn't. They would have you wrapped around their sweet little fingers.
Why are all the inmates pregnant? I don't know. Yeah.
That's got to be tough, man. That is a horny job. Imagine
Which one?
a jailer at a ladies' prison.
Yeah.
You know how wrought up them ladies are? Those bad. Oh, my God. I mean, I don't know that every one of these guys that works there thinks like I do. But nothing makes me hornier than a lady that I think is eventually going to stab me.
Is that what you said when you interviewed at the women's prison?
No, but I will say this, Jake. For my wife's birthday in 2019, I believe it was, I wrote her a letter, which I framed, which absolved her of any wrongdoing for when she eventually stabs me to death.
You had it framed.
I did, yeah. It's in our bedroom.
Is it notarized? Because it's not shit if it's not fucking notarized. Just because it's framed, a judge isn't going to forgive her and commute her sentence. Mike, you got to go to a notary. I'll become a notary and do it for you for 50% off of the standard rate.
You'll become a notary retard is what you'll become, John.
You're right. I've tried.
I hate when you try to sully my love life. You always got to get a foot inside my bedroom.
Yeah, he's just putting that notary stamp of disapproval on you guys.
I can't get a thimbleful of pussy without him putting his little doinker in there.
All right. I'll leave you guys alone.
All right, so 1980, once the year program is up with the federal jailer program, they're like, all right, buddy, hit the bricks. You're fucking the worst person that we could have possibly hired.
Did they let him bring the gun, or did he get in trouble for it?
He probably got in trouble for it. But I think he might have been the one revealed that at that job he was carrying a gun. He might have kept it hidden under his little jailer uniform. They give you a little outfit.
I said lights out. Yeah.
You're making him sound like a sailor uniform.
It might be. I don't know.
Who knows what they did in the 70s?
This is something that pisses me off because he goes on to impersonate police officers. Why is it illegal to impersonate cops when you could wear scrubs and you're essentially impersonating a doctor?
I don't
Answer that, Jake.
I don't know the legality behind scrubs.
I think because a doctor can't in public pull you over, right? That's probably the legal justification.
Pull over might have something to do with it.
Okay.
Because you can apprehend people as a cop. You can't apprehend people as a doctor. Right?
I'm trying to gauge if he honestly is asking this question.
I don't even know if I am or not.
Yeah.
The way my brain works, like 8 seconds after any statement I make, I'm just picturing squirrels fighting.
Oh man.
And then whatever answer we give you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's true then.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
I got Looney Tunes playing up here this whole time.
They do be doing that. All right, so in 1980, he gets a job with the Illinois Welfare Office.
Leaving the industry that he wants to be in, but
Sometimes we find a different path, you know?
I don't know if I want to ask you this question or not, Jake.
Oh, God. I don't like this look you're giving me.
Can I ask you?
Go for it.
Didn't you work for the welfare office before?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I should, though.
I could have sworn that you did.
I would be a real Oliver Twist kind of miser.
Go on.
The guy who dished out the porridge.
to the poorish
He was
people.
dishing out Porsches to poor people. He's Mr. Beast.
And while standing on a porch. God damn it. I'm having a stroke.
What's his name? I can't think of it.
The porridge guy?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be like, no,
The bad guy from Oliver Twist.
you can't have any more.
Not the Artful Dodger. The other guy. I'll think of his name.
He gets in trouble, though, for falsifying documents. And he's also, I thought this was kind of nice. He also gets in trouble for kind of guiding people toward what they can lie about to get more aid.
Oh, that's great. A little
That's
bit of
kinda
a
nice.
Robin Hood situation. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing, yeah, I'm going to say it. If you're doing in the hood, you're robbing in the hood. Yes. Jake, I did it. Woo, landed it.
You were this close to fucking burping, I could tell. Your body was like, you were ready. Somebody get ready.
Yeah. Baby, I took off and I landed that, Jake. Woo, man, I'm so happy with myself right now. All right, so when supervisors find out about this shit, they are not happy. Jake, what do you think they do to him?
I think they give him a stern talking to.
They do. He doesn't like that. What do you think he does in response to that?
Does he bring a gun to work again?
No, but he files a police report saying that these 3 supervisors beat him up.
What?
Yep.
I like that.
Mhm.
That's a good move.
Does he fucking liar himself in the bathroom to make it seem like he did?
I think he does because they get arrested for it initially.
Whoa.
Their names are Vale, Deloria, and Krupa. And he goes to the police and he names them and says that they're responsible for beating his ass and that he's being bullied at work and they're actually physically assaulting him. Initially, they're all arrested, but then they're quickly let go when I guess somebody with a fucking brain is working at the police station that day. And at that point, fucking our dear friend Dale Anderson says the cops are paid off to let them go because there's no way that the evidence doesn't support his allegations.
I mean, it's a good lie.
He's not going to let this go, though. Because he was called out by all 3 of them at the same time, he just will not let this die. You know what he will let die, though? One of their dogs that he poisons.
Whoa. I thought you were going to say like their working relationship.
Brother, they were barking up the wrong tree.
He went to their house and fed their dog poison.
He poisoned one of their dogs.
All right, this guy is a stinker officially.
And brother, it's not ending there. So the local newspaper is the Belleville News Democrat. And on June 4th, 1978, he contacts them to say that he's been assaulted by his supervisors. There must not have been a lot happening in this town at this time because they run the story. On June 7th, they do, even though charges, the people have been released. They were arrested, then they were released, but I guess he's so convincing initially that they buy into it. And also, I guess it's an attention-grabbing story. On June 7th, a reporter does a follow-up story with him. During the follow-up story, this reporter starts to recognize how nuts he is because the entire time she's interviewing him, he's got a gun out.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ. In his hand?
He may be paranoid.
Maybe a little bit.
Trying to keep her on task.
So now, at this point, like I think he might actually be convinced that they are after him.
Oh, okay.
He tries to stage a shooting. So he starts firing off his gun, and he says the 3 supervisors were the ones that tried to shoot him. It wasn't actually him firing his gun. But at that point, guess who gets fired? And it ain't the gun.
Wait, he was still working there after the initial arrest?
He was still employed by them, Jake.
Wow.
You know what you got to do to get fired by a welfare office?
Government jobs, man, they're cushy.
What do you know about them?
I'm thinking about getting into the public sector. The government. I don't know shit about it. It seems like it's not bad, though. I don't know. Do they still get pensions?
I don't know, but when I thought about getting into the public sector, the first person I thought of was your mother.
That's a weird thing to think of, Mike.
Lovely lady. I regret it every time I say something bad about her.
It doesn't seem like you do ever. Not once.
Yeah, I don't know why I love her so much. I wouldn't dare say a bad thing about Jake's mom.
Thank you.
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry, but it's...
Why would you not say it about his mom?
I love her.
I bet you she's more deserving of it than mine.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
You're right.
No.
I love my mom.
I love her too, Jake. And in a very platonic way.
I'm going to find your parents' address.
Well, my mom won't be home because she's in the hospital right now.
Oh yeah, look who can fucking dish it up. I can't take it.
What
His
happened?
mommy's fucking sick right now.
Is that from John blowing her back out?
No, she's actually pretty hurt right now. Yeah, dude.
God, no.
Yeah.
Why would you bring up my mother knowing that I can't even come back comfortably?
Because I have
You
my mother.
coward.
My mother's been on my mind all day. She's pretty.
You're a
fucked up.
coward. And I'm going to go. I bet you I know where fucking hospital she's in. I'm going to pull some plugs tonight.
Yeah, which one? Which hospital is she in?
What plug am I going to pull? Which hospital? You want to put it? I'll put it out like the fucking Joker, bro.
Okay. No, but for real, Mom, if you're watching this, I hope you get better soon. So I'm done talking bad about moms because it might have come back on me that something bad happened from me talking about your moms.
It's really hard for me to care about your mom right now.
Jesus.
It's
I
truly
hope
hard.
things are okay. Seriously. Oh yeah. I hope things are all right. But what happened to Dale's mom?
All right, so at this point, he will not let this animosity die. A couple weeks later, after he levels the initial allegations, he calls the paper up again. They have a new intern, this woman, Audrey Cardenas, which she just moved to town. They're like, all right, go deal with this fucking guy.
Damn.
I don't know why they keep humoring this fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
They send this poor woman over to meet him, and he strangles her.
No.
Yes.
Where did they meet?
Dude, she
At
wasn't
his house?
She wasn't even getting paid.
I don't know if they met at his house, but he ends up taking her to this wooded area behind the high school.
She got murdered for college credit. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, but college was cheap back then.
Unreal.
No loans.
Unreal.
It was.
That's not
Sorry, Mike, you fucking royally
Yeah.
pissed me off telling me your mom's sick.
Those loans were not forgivable.
So after he kills this poor woman,
Yeah.
he calls the newspaper, and he says in a funny voice that the boss has kidnapped her.
The bosses that attacked him kidnapped her?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yep. Initially, the cops don't know who did it, and there's a memorial service for this woman that just passed away, and he attends the memorial service. Not only does he attend this memorial service, he goes up to this woman's father and says that he's going to volunteer to help find the killer.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ. Do you have a mirror? That's what I would say. Because he
John,
did it.
keep him away from any memorial service that you hear about him wanting to go to.
Do you have a mirror?
He's always talking about going to memorial service.
He is.
Yeah.
This is fucked up. Police are canvassing the area where this body is found, and there's a local homeless lunatic roaming around. A man by the name of Rodney Wakey. Rodney Wakey.
Does he have a local nickname? Like our guy's name was Ed Shazinski, but we all called him
Shiz.
Captain Longfart
Why would you do that to that poor man?
Popeye. Because he was fucking nuts. He would jog around in 100-degree weather, full fucking winter suits on.
Oh, no.
Surprisingly, well, he was staying in incredible shape. Never stopped moving.
That's the last thing you want from a local lunatic is for him to be in shape.
They
I
always
mean,
are.
it's hard enough for librarians to tell them to stop jacking off. And if you got to go up to a jacked lunatic with the eye of the tiger.
Well, he was very old and frail, but still, getting his jog on through the park and telling the children of the neighborhood that the Masons killed Jesus and not the Jews.
Did you address him eye to eye as Captain Longfart?
I'd say, man, Longfart, you tell the best stories. I think he called himself Popeye. Man, what if he's still alive? There's no way.
Mm-hmm. But they arrest this poor homeless lunatic, Rodney Wakey. And he goes to jail for this murder.
Rodney
So police just figure because he's nuts and he's hanging out, unfortunately, in the exact area where this woman's body was found, that he's the one that did it.
Another Rodney getting no respect. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that day was a rough one,
Dangerfield, King, and Wakey. No respect.
Wakey. Everybody's wakey for the weekend, Jake.
Just a good James Gandolfini you're doing there.
Oh, thank you.
That was a Tony Soprano.
Oh, God. Anytime I watch The Sopranos, Jake, I get so horny for Ziti.
Ziti's the worst.
That's like a good screen name.
But isn't it so nice that anytime he goes home, Carmela's just ready to cook him up something in an instant?
The pasta of ziti sucks. The preparation is nice because it's nice and cheesy under the broiler. Maybe a little crispness on it.
Ooh, baby.
Love that.
Jake, what food gets you horny?
All of it? Yeah. I mean,
Maybe it would be easier. What food doesn't get you horny?
Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a tomato guy.
You'll take them off your burgers?
Oh, I'll take every time.
Really?
Yeah. Throw them against the wall. I don't care what this place is.
He'll put it around his penis like a life preserver. I've seen him do it.
Yeah, man. No tomatoes. No thank you.
The next month, our dear friend Dale Anderson gets in a little bit of trouble, Jake. What do you think he gets in trouble for?
Yeah, I'm assuming calling the cops and murdering another unpaid worker.
He's impersonating a police officer. He's going around town. He's snooping around. He's asking people if he can go look in their shit.
Does he wear full uniform or just carry like a badge?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not even going to yell at you for that because that's such a good question.
I feel like it's so ballsy to wear the actual uniform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're just flashing a badge at somebody's door, I don't think you're risking a uniformed cop car being like, who the fuck's that guy?
Yeah.
True.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But if you have the balls to wear a blue fucking uniform, it's like the second you see a cop drive by, like you look nervous.
Let's do that one day.
Dude,
Let's film you from a car while you do it.
that's like buying a spacesuit and just hanging around Fort Lauderdale for them to take off.
Just looking
As soon
up.
as you see them start to go to the elevator, you try to join them. Who's this guy?
I feel like I could pull off a cop. Jake can pull off a firefighter. John, you could pull off a heroin dealer.
All right, I'm on the other side of the law now.
Yeah. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
Ah, fuck, you're the cop.
I have Narcan if you guys need it.
This is kind of funny. Our dear friend Dale is still got a hard-on for his bosses, so much so that he calls the FBI on them.
Dude, I love it. I love the fucking sick, twisted obsession with fucking your boss's lives over.
And he doesn't even work with them.
I still have a fucking on-sites.
Who's
From
your
bosses.
on-site boss?
I can't say it. It'll come true.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Please.
No.
For me.
Mike, it's a true on-site. I can't put the information out there.
For the podcast.
That's the worst way to do it.
Podcast.
You come here for the podcast.
You come here on the day of my daughter's first episode.
Just be happy to know that I have one.
All right. Did he do something really, really bad, or you just didn't like him?
You did something pretty bad.
Did he put his hand in your parachute pants?
No, he went up. He went up my pants.
From the ankle?
No, through the convertible knee hole. I was dumping heat in the kitchen and he caught a fucking nice scungili.
Yeah, Jake, so he calls the FBI on his bosses. Now, I want to add at this point, between 1978 and 1988 in Belleville, Illinois, at least 7 women go missing. So that's worth noting, Jake.
Yeah, that's a lot more than I expected.
And I think the town had about 45,000 people.
He's got 2
Wow.
human murders at this point, right?
No, he's got one and a dog.
Okay.
So I don't know what you equate that to.
You said it. One and a dog.
Wait, so I thought he murdered the homeless person too.
No. The homeless
no.
guy took the rap for his first
he
murder.
took it.
Yeah.
But not on purpose. They didn't give him a
Yeah.
choice.
I don't know.
He got thrown under the bus by lazy cops.
But sometimes they do be taking raps just because they put the squeeze on them.
It's shelter. Mm-hmm. You know, it's meals. It's not a bad deal to go to prison.
So he's killed the reporter and the dog. And at this point, like he's still on the hunt to just keep blaming these people who had the audacity to call him out on being a bad employee, Jake.
And that's why, just because he's a bad employee.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Can we go back to him saying jail wouldn't be? You'd be getting fucked in the butt every day, Jake, for a cheese sandwich.
No,
Jake, is that true?
No, I would not. Wait,
not you.
I would get paid for a cheese sandwich?
No, you would pay them a cheese sandwich to fuck you in the butt.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, you would be eating the sandwich, man. You
Yeah.
get the sandwich.
Yeah, I get the sandwich.
But you also get the fucking
All right, I get the sandwich. at
cream
least.
pie. Yeah.
Wait, I thought he wanted to get piped, and in order to convince the man to pipe him,
You
he would have to
fucking
give him a
asshole.
sandwich.
That must be why he wants to go to jail.
It does.
No.
I see it.
Dude, no, it creates great routines. You wake up early, you make your bed,
That's why I wanted to go to the military, just
Go
so
to
I
the
could make
yard.
my bed every day.
I got really good at it.
do push-ups.
Oh, yeah, you do all the
make
push-ups you want.
you still make your bed military style?
No, I do not.
Would you tuck in the sides like the fucking?
Yeah, it's like
Perfect.
the angle.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. Military corners, I think they
You gotta
call it.
rip it up when you go to bed. Gotta
Yeah.
have your tootsies out. You know what I mean? That's how you dump heat.
I would never do it. Would you say dump heat?
Yes.
The third time you said that, Tumpy.
What do you mean you would
Or
never
hospital
do?
corners, that's what they call it.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Very neat.
But I wouldn't do that. Like when I was in boot camp and had to do that, I would never untuck my shit all the way
Worm your way in like a
I would
sardine?
sleep like a psychopath just because it was one less thing I had to do when I woke up.
Jesus Christ, that's a new
That's-
level of laziness. Takes 3 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking running around fucking South Carolina in July, 18 hours a day, but that's lazy.
I mean, what are your priorities?
This is why I make fun of your mother.
You could have slept more comfortably at night and probably got a better night's sleep.
That's true. Man, I'm gonna go back.
Notice I
I'm gonna
didn't
do it all over.
It all over.
I didn't comment on the laziness of it because I still, on occasion, piss in cups. So
Would you be pissing in canteens in boot camp?
I'd piss in boots. That's what I would do.
Everybody would be filling their water.
Yeah.
You'd be pissing already. We haven't even left the water tank.
In boot camp, they would encourage you to look at the recruit next to you's penis while they pee to ensure that they were properly hydrated.
You don't have to look at their penis for that, just the color of what's coming out of it.
All right, maybe I misunderstood directions.
I think you heard what you wanted to hear on that one. Starting to wonder why you got kicked out of that army now.
I need to drink that to make sure that you're hydrated.
That does sound like an excuse you got used when you got caught looking at someone's penis. Like, no, the sergeant told me.
Oh, yes, sir.
Looking at somebody's privates and yelling privates.
Ooh, baby, I was private first class. You know what that means.
Is that the lowest you can get?
No, dickhead. It's not. I will say this about myself. I was never a private. I was immediately a private first class because I had college credit.
That's all it takes?
Yeah. Why did you say it like that?
I'm assuming you said college credit because you had singular credit.
No, I had a bunch. Yeah, baby. So I never knew the shame of a blank dress shirt. I always had a stripe on there.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You got no colors on your shirt when you come in if you're an 18-year-old high school student or a graduate.
Like just a white T-shirt? Is that what you're talking about?
No, they give you a tan dress shirt.
And the stripes on the epaulette?
They give you a Fran dress shirt. But yeah, there's a single stripe on there for private first class. Actually, I'd appreciate if both of you started addressing me as sir for the rest of this podcast.
Because we're lower rank?
Yeah.
I have to call you sir?
You're both privates and I'm a private first class.
What do you call me?
Weren't you dishonorably discharged?
Nah, Jake, come on. Come on, we're splitting hands here, Jake.
It's 3 letters. What's the difference?
Yeah, I think you should be calling us sir right now.
All right, back to the murders. Our dear friend Rodney Wakey, he ends up getting convicted of the murder in September of 1989. He goes to jail for, I believe, 13 years before he's exonerated.
Oh my
Whoa.
god!
Yeah.
This guy was on the loose that whole time.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, no, he actually gets arrested not long after, but he doesn't cop to that.
Okay, he goes to jail for different future murders.
And here's what he goes in for: September 27th of that year, so early September 1989. Rodney Wakey gets convicted of the reporter's murder. September 27th, 1989. Is when our dear friend Dale Anderson ends up doing perhaps the most fucked up shit he ends up doing. He's going door to door at this point. He's posing as both an undercover cop and also as a realtor interested in buying people's houses. And all of this is to blame his bosses for what he eventually ends up doing. So he eventually ends up going to this woman's house, Jolene Landman. She's home with her 3-year-old son. She's pregnant as well. And he's able to say something that convinces her to let him in to look around. And he ends up killing both her and the child.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ! It was going to be a random person who answered the door.
Right. On top of that, though, before he kills her, he has her write a note saying that before she was killed, she overheard the 3 murderers, which were the two male bosses and the female boss, talking about killing the reporter. And that note is left to her body. So when police go to find her, they find her handwriting on a note saying, hey, these are the 3 people that did it, and this is their license plate numbers.
All 3 of their license plates?
Yes.
That dude is so fucking dumb.
It's so contrived. It's
Jesus
such a terrible
Christ,
plan.
what a fucking maniac.
It's even worse because there's an 11-year-old kid who notices this weirdo in the neighborhood, and she knows something's not right, so she memorizes his license plate as he's driving away from the murder scene.
Okay. So he's going to get caught. Mm-hmm. Do the cops buy this note at all?
No. So they follow up on the information the kid gives them. They go to his house, and by the time they get to his house, he knows they're coming for him. He's got cardboard put up all over the windows. His wife and kids are home at this point.
This is the cardboard to stop the bullets? What the fuck?
If you can't see him, you can't arrest him. You never heard that?
Just draw the blinds.
Yeah, I guess you could do that too.
Is that a real thing? You can't see me, you can't arrest me?
I don't know. You ever use invisibility?
I was going to say, if I had a cloak when I got arrested in New York, would that have worked?
I told our dear friend Chip Chantry one time that I would like to smear invisibility cream all over myself so the cops would leave me alone. And he said, Mike, I have a feeling that if you are smearing anything all over yourself, people will leave you alone. So they question him. They get a search warrant to go through his shit. They find items belonging to different missing persons from this area, including victims from the recent murders. They also find gloves, rope, and knives. Now, the woman who he killed, who he left the note next to, in addition to strangling her and bludgeoning her, he also stabbed her in the throat with a pair of scissors, Jake.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So on September 29th, 1989, he is arrested for those 2 murders, for her and her son. And in April of 1990, he's convicted of those 2 deaths. Now, during
That
this...
only took a couple weeks for him to get arrested then.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they were on to him, and once they got the search warrant,
Yeah.
they knew it was him. So September, he's arrested. In April, he's convicted of these 2 deaths, and he's sentenced to life in prison. Now, because there had been so many missing women in this area, the FBI became involved, and Robert Ressler, the guy from Mindhunter.
Okay.
So he put together a profile, and once he became aware of Dale Anderson, he's like, this is the guy that probably did all of these. And Dale Anderson liked being thought of in that regard, and he's like, oh, I agree with him in that this person is probably impersonating a police officer because it's very easy to get scared women into a car when you tell them that you're a cop. He's like, but I didn't do it. I do impersonate police officers, but it wasn't me who killed these ladies.
Okay. And that they just don't believe him. He's still guilty.
He's guilty of those 2 murders. They don't know if he did the other ones. Now, there was a guy named Gregory Bowman who was in prison for 2 of the other murders of the missing women during this time. It's still up for debate as to whether or not he did those because he was the kind of guy who was known for threatening people.
Yeah.
So he could have done that, but odds are our dear friend Dale Anderson was probably responsible for those murders as well.
And he just never copped, so it can never be proven.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Damn. And then how did the exoneration of the homeless guy happen? Was Dale still alive during that?
He's still alive right now.
Jesus Christ, what is up with this fucking death row bullshit? You get another 30 years? Like, these people are dying of natural causes on death row.
I honestly, I think a lot of these people are relieved once they get caught. And I think stress is often what kills people. And when you're not stressed about wondering when the fucking hammer's going to drop, you kind of get used to the structure and the normal Dale-to-Dale. Whoa, that was awesome.
I thought that was on purpose.
Woo, it was not, baby. I wish I was that
Look
intelligent.
at that subconscious genius right there.
Dale-to-Dale living, baby. It's the Dale Anderson way to live.
So I'm saying the prison's a good setup. You can read all day.
Fuck all night. Jake, you ever got fucked while you're reading?
No, I haven't. I plan not to.
You ever get fucked so hard you forget how to read? Let me know if you want to forget.
That's Charles Dick in my butt. That's what you're talking about, right, John?
Still can't think of the bad guy from Oliver Twist.
From what?
Oliver Twist.
Oh, my God. You and this shit.
You and this shit.
You will be visited by 3 twinks.
Oh, boys. I sleep face down, ass up, so that's going to be unfortunate, Jake.
Man.
Oh, you guys are like this. So, all right. So he's currently stationed. Yeah, he's currently in prison at the Pontiac Correctional Center. So he's still going strong, man.
Does he have stripes?
Yeah, they all got stripes in there,
Yeah.
Jake.
Where is that? Illinois?
Yes, it is.
Pontiac?
Pontiac Correctional Facility. Now, I want to run this by you, too. Yeah, I mentioned that he's from and did these crimes in Belleville, Illinois.
Yeah.
Do you know what Belleville, Illinois is famous for? You're a music man, so you might get this, Jake.
God.
Somebody famous is from there.
Is it B.B. King?
The Adventure of the Blues, Robert Johnson.
Jeff Tweedy from Wilco.
Oh, okay.
And you know who else is from there?
Who?
The rest of Wilco.
A gentleman that I wasn't familiar of until recently. He was apparently a figure from the Civil War who was a notable Native American figure. A gentleman by the name of Black Beaver.
Wait, what?
Jake, Black Beaver is not just the name of a magazine that all 4 of us subscribe to.
What tribe was Black Beaver from?
The Navajos.
This is when I can't figure out when he's telling the truth.
Black Beaver's a real dude.
He's on fire. He's about to get up and do a rainy dance. That's what he did.
I'm doing a squirt dance, baby.
Could you imagine you having like a cool, that's because that was probably a cool nickname when he got it. And then just to see how time destroyed his name.
Whoa, Black Beaver, wham-ba-lam. Whoa, Black Beaver.
I think Black Beaver probably felt better about his name as it went on.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a great rap name.
Was it Fagin? Was he the bad guy? Or was he a good guy?
Gee, what the fuck?
Fagin?
Or is that just from Oliver and Company?
I don't know what any of this means.
Charles Dickens was a porn star.
Mm-hmm.
And the inventor...
Tiny Tim was the guy that he was fucking.
And the motherfucker's still alive.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
30?
Jake, that's disgusting. Do
It's from the book.
you have a favorite book, John?
If I had to pick one, it would have to be...
The first one you ever read.
Yeah, I mean, maybe The Outsiders. I don't think I've
Oh, that's a good one. I like
reread
that one a
any
lot,
of the
yeah.
books. Yeah. Every other book that I've read since college, I have just gotten halfway through
What about you,
and
Jake?
forgotten.
I think the March issue of Black Beaver was pretty good. East of Eden. John Steinbeck. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie?
I have not.
Really?
Yeah.
It's James Dean. It's one of James Dean's 3 movies.
Yeah, I know. But I saw Rebel Without a Cause a million times. You know.
You must have seen it, right? You love the art or the the planetarium.
Yeah.
I love the statue out there too. But
You never saw the chickie fight scene? The knife fight scene?
I think I've seen Rebel Without a Cause. I don't know if I've seen the other James Dean movies.
Giant in East of Eden. Giant's a long fucker. One of them long fuckers.
One of them long fuckers.
I cannot believe it's so fucking 33 years on death row. It's like it's not even a threat.
That's just row. After
Yeah, that's rut row.
I think the worst part about being on death row that long would be all the times I changed my mind about my last meal. It's like, you know,
What do you think that
6 months ago it would have been the fucking salsa verde burrito, but now it's gone.
you
I got
think-
$2 extra to spend. Where's that going?
John, do you think the guards humor you when you're like, come here, I gotta change the order,
Yeah. When I do it every fucking
Yeah.
fiscal quarter at the change of the Wendy's menu.
Dude, that would be a good bit to do with the guard.
Yeah. All right, I need to make an amendment. I want 2 strawberry fruit by the foots. I want 8 Alaskan king crab legs.
Oh, that's a horrible combination.
It's your last meal, Jake.
Yeah.
You think you can request alcohol?
I feel like I've heard that you can't.
That doesn't seem right.
I know.
Yeah, because I feel like some people would just do like a full bottle, you know, as their last meal.
Yeah, let them get juiced up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to say something funny. Maybe we'll forgive him at the end.
What do you think your last words would be?
Probably like, I'm fucking gay.
I didn't ask what your first words were. What do you think your last ones would be?
How would you want to go?
I think mine are going to be my heart.
Oh, I forgot to add this too. This was a very funny note that I found out. Dale Anderson, he didn't speak till he was 2. And his first words were, I'll smack you back, when his grandmother said that if he doesn't stop doing what he was doing, that she was going to smack him.
Oh, he stored up a few words. He's strung together a sentence.
Yep.
A threatening sentence.
Wow.
All right, from the jump, this guy was destined to be a fucking dickhead. Is 2 is late? Inferring from that statement, when do babies usually talk?
I guess around 1.
Okay.
Start saying, dad, mom.
Smack that ass with a fucking ruler.
So
What?
That's my first words.
Were you watching videos that you shouldn't have been watching?
Yeah.
You ever get your coolie smacked with a ruler?
Yeah. Spoon, wooden spoon, something like that.
What'd you do?
Not just being a fucking dickhead. I don't know. It probably usually stemmed from not refusing to eat vegetables.
Whoa, my God.
I think I just broke my parents down.
Oh, no.
To the point where they just stopped trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real.
a sad statement to make.
No, honestly, I think that's what happens with everybody.
What do you get to
Eventually
fucking
just
6 years
fucking
old
tired,
and you're
yeah.
still going to fight over lima beans every fucking
true.
night? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, fine, yeah, you can just skip the green fucking vegetable and eat the potatoes and the meat.
Yeah.
And the bread. Oh, the bread. I love bread.
Damn, this motherfucker's going yeast mode.
Yeah, were you guys good cooperative eaters with like green beans and peas and that kind of shit?
I love it. I love them now, and I think I loved them when I was a child. Yeah, I would eat just about everything, and I had the tits to back it up.
We always would have peas, and I never ate them. To this day, the only time you can get me to eat peas
In a
was
soup.
A soup? 3 ways: soup,
Pot pie.
pot pie,
Or if John Lennon sings "Give Peas a Chance."
That's they tricked me.
Wait, there's got to be a third. The third is also shepherd's pie?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I just went 3 for 3 on this motherfucker's
Yeah, that was
peas,
good, man.
dude.
Yeah.
I think I might be a pea expert. Honestly, I don't fuck with shepherd's pie because of the peas, but I will fuck with chicken pot pie.
You can't taste them
In the shepherd's
yeah,
pie?
you can't taste them in
Okay.
shepherd's pie. That's why it's doable.
I've always assumed it was like a full layer of peas
No.
as one of the layers, you know?
They're-
Mike, you wanted to say?
Sorry, I had a bunch of marinated mozzarella cheese balls before I came over here.
Were they carbonated? Mm-hmm. I forgot he had a freaking
They were
cold over
garliced
there.
up, brother. I'll tell you that much.
Do you go in with a fork or bare hands or a
No,
toothpick?
fork.
Okay.
What do I look like? A fucking...
Buddy, you want me to tell you? You look like you go in their face first, man. This guy was bobbing for
Eating
balls
the container
earlier.
of pussy. Jake, what's your late night snack, brother?
Oh man, lately it's been Taco Bell because we started talking about it, and there's one like right there,
There is, yeah.
and it's very hard to say no.
Last time I went, I feel like I'm starting to really lower my dose.
What do you have in
There
there?
was a minute where I was like spending like $17 at Taco Bell.
Holy
A night?
shit!
Like per session, yeah. Bro, I've dropped.
Per session.
I mean, what do you drop? You're dropping double digits at Taco Bell.
Well, let's say, all right, I usually get 3 Taco Supremes, and they're like, what, $1 each?
They're
Let's say
$3.
$1.89 maybe?
They're
Yeah.
$3.
And then my bean burrito, I think it's like $1.
Yeah, so with a drink, you're clearing 10, or you're below
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 12, 13 is like where mine always ends up being.
I don't know. But eventually it's gotten to the point where it's like I'm throwing away $5+ of this. Like I have one taco and then a bite of the Mexican pizza. And then I'm slowing down, baby.
Why would you not just save it for the next day?
Microwaving Taco Bell is not my favorite dish.
I will say
I
this.
don't like microwaving lettuce or like tomatoes.
Oh, I get that,
You know?
yeah. I'm getting fed up with McDonald's. I've gotten breakfast from there twice last week. And I get the, I think it's the number 2, which is the sausage, egg and cheese McMuffin.
Uh-huh.
And I get an extra hash brown with it. Extra hash browns are like $3.
What? I thought they were
Whoa.
like 99
It's nuts.
cents.
No, it's $2.79.
Damn.
For an extra hash brown.
Yes.
Breakfast is always like the miraculously cheap thing.
I know,
at
dude.
McDonald's.
I used to get breakfast all the time when I worked at Jake's old school. And I think it was like $6 when I would go to get breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's like
They
you can
close at-
spend 10 if you get 2 sandwiches now.
They
Yeah.
closed that one down, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah. So now it's empty.
Damn.
Breakfast
But,
is their only saving grace. McDonald's is not.
You know what?
They don't do it for me
ha-
anymore.
have you
Yeah.
had the Taco Bell breakfast?
No.
I have.
It's the sausage is very good.
Yeah,
It's like
The sausage?
yeah,
yeah, they put sausage in there and a little crunch
they
wrap.
do a crunch wrap supreme
And there's a hash brown
with
inside of
sausage
it.
and yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
It
is
is
really
fucking a bango.
Boingo, bango, bungo.
I might just get dinner and wait around for breakfast because you know my ass ain't waking up in time.
I didn't even notice, but have you gotten yourself high tonight?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
I
But I've
missed
been
it.
blowing it up instead of into my old chirp.
Okay. What's that do for you?
Hey, you just like it when it comes out.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it for you now.
It's exciting. Let's see it.
You should talk while I do it, though.
John, you're going to want to brace yourself for this. I stuck
no.
that thing up my ass when you weren't looking.
You did what? I feel like I could hear
Dude, I
an
wish
hour hit in my head.
I wish I had a spoon to hit you with right now.
A head spoon?
That was a nice ASMR video for some of the people out there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys into that? The ASMR?
I've never sought it out.
No, it's weird. I don't seek it out either. I had a coworker who was into whispering videos.
That's creepy.
Yeah, they were like,
Creepy, but like
today I'm gonna do your laundry, and today we're gonna do this, and then it would just be them folding laundry in the video. Like you want to
hear the folding
Yeah,
or
you do.
just the voice.
You would hear the folding, like the very soft, like the fabric being pressed, like the.
This seems pleasant.
kinda
to like
nice,
maybe
yeah.
go to sleep to or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the whispering's creepy.
The whispering's creepy, and then don't people do it with food too? Like listening to people eat, isn't that part of it?
No,
Yeah.
people hate
like
that.
crunching or something.
No, that's an ASMR.
Yeah, like people
Really?
just
Yeah.
munch Doritos into a mic, right?
Yeah, I think any weird shit can be considered an ASMR.
As long as it's just like a fucking loud version of a sound that you don't normally want to hear loud.
I feel terrible not spelling things in front of Jake. What we're talking about, Jake, are asthmas that people fall asleep to. I don't want to insult your intelligence anymore, Jake.
As I dangle a dunce cap in front of my crotch the whole time.
I fall asleep to sports biographies every night on Audible.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it's very comforting to me.
I usually watch something and then I'll drift off. And then once I feel I'm falling asleep, I'll take my headphones out. and then I just fall right asleep. But I feel like listening is better.
It is nice.
Without a visual cue, it's easier to fall asleep to.
Brother, a nice audiobook with a nice, smooth narrator.
And always sports?
Pretty much always. Although this always jars me out of sleep. A lot of times, the narrators don't know how to pronounce all the names.
Mm-hmm. And so they just leave it in? With
They do.
Pronunciation?
People don't give a fuck. They're just so fucking long.
Give me an example of a ball player whose name got fucked up.
Doug Minkiewicz.
How did he say it?
Who was a guy that played for the Red Sox, and I think before that played for the Yankees. This narrator calls him Minkiewicz.
That's actually a nice little...
Shaquille O'Neal.
Or Minkiewicz, that's what he calls him.
The guy can't say O'Neal?
Yeah, he struggles.
So that's a little jarring, but overall, it's just so nice. What do you be falling asleep to, baby?
Well, I usually scroll looking for something to watch for
Besides the sound of your mother's headboard rocking the fucking drywall.
I'm looking up hospitals in my area. I got nothing to do tonight, Mike. I was going to go to Wegmans and get some fucking turkey to eat tonight. But no.
Let me see what you're Googling.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want this dick?
You're going to feel terrible when I tell you how badly my mother's hurt right now.
Mike, I don't think I will. You've built up a fucking callus on my heart by all the bad things you've said about my mother.
What if I took them all back right now? Oh, man. Would you express concern?
You have to name them all individually again.
We don't have enough time.
You'll have to do a separate podcast for that.
We'll do that.
This hospital says it's closed.
She's not at that one.
Actually, the one, I think you're trying to fool me. She must be at the one next to the trampoline park.
Furman, you want to promote anything before we go?
No, man. I'm just happy that you guys are here watching us do this. That's all.
Who you
Just
talking
happy.
to?
I don't know.
Is there somebody on the other side of that wall?
I'm happy you guys are here. Yeah. No, I'm on new medicine. It's fine.
I like
You want to shout out your new doctor?
Yeah. Dr. Specimen.
You got shows coming up.
Yeah, if you guys are in Philly next week, come to Punchline Philly. I'll be opening up for old Jay Chandrasekhar, director and star of films such as Super Troopers and Beer Fest.
I think you'll get along great with him.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Sick.
5 shows, Punchline Philly. Come out.
Also, I just want to add that Mrs. Del Calo will be opening for Jade Chandrasekhar all weekend long.
That is a nice one.
Damn.
It's a pretty good joke.
Isn't that great?
We'll
You're
be
like-
opening.
You're like, oh, that's why he wanted to ask plugs, so he can get.
I'm featuring. I'm not opening.
All right.
You got anything?
I believe it.
You got anything you want to tell? You want to tell?
I'd like to promote my book. I want to thank everybody for buying my book on Perks. It means a lot to me. And also, I think if you buy this, you're really going to enjoy it. If you like anything I do, you're really going to enjoy On Perks. On top of that, I put together a very nice audiobook as well with a bunch of my buddies that I think people are going to love. I recently gave away a signed On Perks bat that was really a work of art.
That thing was beautiful.
I'm going to have this next week to show off, but I have a very cool basketball jersey.
Ooh.
It's going to be signed by everybody on the audiobook. So if you've
so nice.
if you've purchased On Perks between the first day that I had it on sale up until, I don't know, we'll fucking maybe do this through March, you'll be eligible to win this fucking signed basketball jersey, which is
Dude.
truly fucking retarded. It's the old Sixers logo, and it says Perk 30, and on the back it says O-Set with the number 30.
Dude, that's great.
I love. I'd like to thank the Sackler family for allowing this to be possible. And having such a drug-addled community that Perk 30 jerseys are not only for sale, they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah, I might be the only one that has one that's not on somebody's body in a coffin. So I can't wait to give this away to one of you lucky listeners and lucky readers. But yeah, buy my new book On Perks. I'm getting so close because my goal is to sell 5,000 copies.
You're getting there, baby.
I broke 3,000.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes, dude.
So I'm getting closer because my goal is to recapture my pride and joy, which was my Chrysler 300. In 2012, a buddy of mine worked at a dealership. My car, which was a Ford Escort, I believe. Or no, Ford Focus. It hit the shitter. Oh, dude. The day that my Ford Focus hit the shitter, I was driving on 95. I don't know what, I wasn't doing anything bad. I think I was doing good.
How many dents were in that thing by the time I hit the
Not a
shitter?
lot. I was a pretty good driver. And the car wasn't operating correctly, so I pulled off of 95 on the Widener University's campus. Now, right by that area, there's an overpass looking over 95. I knew the car was fucked. I couldn't get it to start back up, so I called my dad to come. My dad's a fucking wild dude. He comes, he looks at it, he can't fix it. So we're waiting to have the car towed, and I'm just taking anything of value out of the car and gathering it all together. I call to my dad. He's not around, and I get out of the car to look to where he's at, and my dad is like standing against the fence, which is looking down on the overpass, and he's pissing onto traffic.
And they can see him, right?
Yes.
You're fucking, it's all lit up with streetlights.
Yeah, he's not pissing away from traffic. He's pissing directly into traffic.
That's fucking William Wallace level of baller.
But I ended up going to my buddy's dealership, and he hooked me up with a beautiful Chrysler 300. And I just assumed that it was just going to be like, okay, he's going to give it to me for 2 days, and then it's going to be like, all right, you got to pay $6,000 to have this car. It's
Yeah.
like, there's no way I can have this. But he's like, dude, just pay your monthly payments. You don't have to put anything down. And I had
Did he transfer it over to you? Or he sold it to you?
he sold it to me.
Fucking
So
A.
I had this incredible
What
car.
a come up, dude.
Dude, it was incredible. I felt like I had value for once in my life because
never
I
heard
had
that.
such
Where'd
a
you
nice
source
car. Yeah. And I had this thing, and I had it for a few years, but then as the wheels fell off with drugs,
The wheels fell off the car.
and I couldn't keep up with the payments, and then one night they came in the middle of the night and just repoed it. And it's really it's something that it was emasculating to get my car repossessed to begin with, but also because it was symbolic of the truly first nice thing that I've ever had. So the goal that I set is to sell 5,000 copies of On Perks, and once I hit 5,000 copies, I'm going to try to find my baby that was repossessed. If I can find, I don't care what condition it's in. I don't care what they've done to it. I just want that one back if I can get it. But if I can't get that one, I'm going to get the next best one. So aside from this being a really great book that I think you'll really love, the audiobook as well.
It is hilarious.
It's
Thank you,
so
guys.
funny.
I feel like the hardest I laugh out loud is either when I'm writing a tweet that has the word prink in it, and for some reason I crack the fuck up, or when I'm reading your book, and it's just written so well.
Thank you,
It's
buddy.
so fucking funny.
Every single page, it's like, oh, this can't get any worse.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
first of all, the retarded thought that generated the blurb about it is obviously on its own surface level. Funny that you fucking put that out in the world on drugs, and then you get to your description of it, and you're so, I don't know, you can look back and you're still so clear-headed about the moments that you remember them so well, and it's just so fucking the way you look back on it is so hilarious. Cracks
I
me up,
appreciate
buddy.
it. You guys are the fucking best. So I think
You're the
you'll really enjoy this. Treat yourself to a copy. Go to onperks.com. That's onpercs.com. Get the print copy, the audiobook copy, the ebook copy, any other kind of copy you want.
Get the Michael Prink copy.
Yeah, the signed Michael print copy. But yeah, that's what I got going on. And we got shows coming up. I don't remember any of these dates for shows. We're going to be doing a live dad meet podcast at Helium, I think in March.
Hell yeah.
That's
I don't know if they've put it on their site yet, but that is going to happen
March 11th.
March 11th. Yeah,
That's coming up fucking fast.
it's going to be a 4 p.m. show.
on Saturday.
Yep.
Nice.
So if anybody's got child custody exchanges or you're not allowed out past 8 o'clock as per your PO's orders, this is the perfect show for you. And then also May 7th, I think it is, at Helium, I'm going to be having an On Perks book release show.
That's awesome.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to ask, when you get your Perkmobile back, can you take us out for a night on the town?
I would
Can you let
want
me
nothing
sit
more.
in that thing all fucked up?
Yes.
And just get driven around to the
That
bars
would
where
be
you used to go to?
I would love to do
Or it
that.
doesn't have to be that. That might be too triggering for you, but
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'll take you to
I
all
want
the
to.
hot
I want to
spots.
try to live the way you lived back then and do like
That's actually great.
bar crawl.
You know what? Maybe I can make that like an incentive for people who buy this. Maybe
Look at you.
I could have like one person who buys the book be a passenger, and I'll take you to all my hot spots.
DD all night.
Dude.
Oh, dude, near that spot where I just told you,
chauffeur.
where my dad was pissing off the overpass near Widening University, there's a very scary drug loop that I used to buy coke at.
In Delco?
In Chester, yeah.
Oh, Chester.
Yeah, let me know. Not like for
But that would be fun to take people there.
dude.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
It's scary. I got
Roll the
burned once.
window up.
I bought bad coke there once.
No.
What's bad coke? Just fucking
Just nothing.
laxative and
Yeah,
Tylenol.
Was it in those old projects that were like right off the exit?
They're houses.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're considered like it's not like a project building,
Yeah.
but it's like a you could see the circle from
It's on
95.
housing authority stuff.
It's right
yeah.
behind a little dance club called Boots and Bonnets.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
scary.
They got a little hotel on top of that place. You want
I know they
knock
do.
boots up there or
Yeah.
They got a
bonnets?
hotel on top of it.
It's like diagonal from it.
I didn't know
Well,
that.
Boots and
Well,
Bonnets has its own spot.
Yeah.
And then like diagonal across the street, they got a real Fleabag motel that
Yeesh.
Because it says saloon and hotel when you drive by it
Mm-hmm.
on or motel maybe. I don't know if you enter from the inside. That's technically a
never
fucking
noticed
hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know that loop though. I've never been off that exit. That's
It's a Highland Ave. Oh,
Well, would they just get in your car and you drive around the
no,
block?
what would
or-
happen is they would only come out once the sun went down. And I made the mistake of going at dusk.
5 minutes too early.
Dude, it really was. And there was just a guy out there, and I was being very stereotypical, assuming this gentleman was selling cocaine.
no.
I pulled up, I rolled my window down, and I asked him for powder. And he reached into his pants, and he sold me a bag for $40.
He had it ready.
It wasn't cocaine, though.
Right, yeah.
He just was ready for dickheads like me, because I think he knew that these guys came out at a certain time.
Right. Up until that hour,
Yeah,
he
he
could
was
just
good.
Beat people.
So he sold me that, and there's a 7-Eleven pretty close by in, I guess, Boothwyn, Pennsylvania, that I drove to because it's a bath. They had a bathroom, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go do coke in this bathroom and get myself a Slurpee. I went in.
Why don't you just do a bump in your car?
I was always paranoid that I would get caught doing it.
Yeah.
And it was a few minutes from there. So I went there, and I really wanted a Slurpee. So I went to the bathroom, and I snorted a bunch of whatever this substance was, and I knew immediately that I just got burned.
By the taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just everything just sucked about it. And at the time, I didn't have $40 to lose. So now I had to deal with losing that, and I did get my Slurpee, though.
There's a lot of sugar in the Slurpee though, so that
Yeah, I
may have
just
still been
snorted it.
up.
Why are your nostrils purple?
A $40 bag. What's that end up last? Just the night, right?
Oh, God, no.
There's never more.
That would last a
And-
couple hours.
Then you get more?
In an ideal situation, like I would just keep getting more until I either ran out of money or the coke dealer stopped answering.
And that would go until the bars are closed or after?
Well, with that loop, I'd only gone through the loop a handful of times. Like they were just operating until when the sun went down and then the sun went up.
Damn, so you could go at 3 a.m. and get more.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That was one of the diciest instances I had buying drugs. Like I remember like there was a guy that I hung out with with a brief period. Like we weren't really friends, but we just did drugs. And he's the one that introduced me to it. And we pulled up to like the one alleyway within this loop. And I remember like there were two guys there, and one of them started talking, and I just had no idea what this guy was saying. And it wasn't because I was fucked up, but I just had no idea what this guy was saying. But we got our drugs, and we got what we needed, and we got high that night. And I was chasing that dragon ever since, Jake.
Damn.
And other times, like some of my bars, people would have it.
And you would always just buy like 40. Start with 40.
Usually.
You never were like, I know where this is going to go. I'll just spend the 150 now.
Well, here's the deal. Like throughout most of my cocaine days, my wife and I shared a bank account. So if I was taking a large sum of money out, if I took out $200 and I was like going to use most of that to buy an 8-ball, I'd instantly get a text or a phone call.
Yeah.
Whereas if I went to a bar and I had only withdrawn like 60 or $80, no questions asked. But then as I got a little bit in, I was
When
just
you
like,
do it
fuck it.
fucking 3 times in a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time. Actually, this is kind of crazy. The crazy picture that I sent you last night, the bar that was taken right next to, my wife called me because I made like 3 separate $100 withdrawals or something like that.
And
she's
you
like,
should
what the
get
fuck
alert.
are you doing? Yeah.
I could see that. Like you get paid on a Friday, and by like Sunday night, your wife's texting you like, "Hey, did you take out $800?"
Oh, brother, that would be by Saturday morning.
Oh my god.
Some of the lowest moments were, all right, so I would go to this apartment of a friend, and his buddy Rodney was a coke dealer. And on Friday nights, like he would bag the shit up, And before he went out, he would just ask if we wanted to buy any, we would get it. And then one of my lowest moments was going into that Saturday morning. Rodney was asleep in one of the bedrooms, and I was knocking on the door, and he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Can I buy another bag off you?" He's like, "No, I only got one left, and I promised it to somebody." And I just stood there, and I begged this man to sell me that $40 bag.
Did he cave?
Eventually, he did, yeah.
After 4 hours. Mike,
They're fucking low moments, man.
what do you think is the most you spent in like one night?
My last night doing coke. Just on drugs or just everything that went along with it?
But we can count beer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
But
that night,
let's not count like taxis or anything. Just the substances that you get fucked up off of.
I would say in that one night, which was the last night that I ever did coke, I probably spent close to $700 on drugs and drinks.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, that was.
Were you buying for other people?
I was, man. When I had it, everybody had it. And there were a couple. There were two.
I really missed a good area with you, dude.
I had a blast, man. There were 2 times. Like I met this one particular guy twice in the same parking lot at Casey's in Drexel Hill, and then later in that night, I came across a neighbor who happened to sell coke.
How do you come across a neighbor?
Jake, this was one of those nights where drugs were just falling from the sky.
They were doing Lady in the Tramp with a straw. You're my neighbor.
He's just walking around like just an empty leash. Like, have you seen my dog Powder? Have you seen Powder, my dog?
This is the one that sticks out and looks like it's an invisible dog.
Yeah.
From the gimmick store.
Yeah.
Well, look at you now, baby.
Yeah, drinking non-alcoholic beers
Yeah.
on a murder podcast.
And selling thousands of fucking books, though.
Yeah, baby.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You're killing it now.
You too, buddy. I'm
Thanks.
proud of you guys.
I think I need to have my cocaine phase, though, to come out of it like you did.
I miss it so much, man. I'm not going back, but out of any substances that I ever indulged in, coke is the one that I think I miss the most.
You get to heaven, you can only have beer or Coke. You're going Coke?
Ooh. I don't know, man, because
They go hand in hand.
I know they do, and I don't know that I've ever done coke. No, at least once I did coke without having beer. It always was just like a couple beers, and it's like, I'll get a little bit, and then I end up getting a lot.
Yeah, I think that's when people draw the line. They don't even go out to the bar or drink that night. They just have some friends over and do cocaine. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Dude,
Wait, is that fun?
I always
Like,
have
it's kind of.
these Coke stories are like so parallel to like my French fry stories. It's like it's so sad. So yeah, one time I was at Five Guys, almost spent $700 for a lunch.
Yeah, I threw a brick through the window because they used peanut oil instead of vegetable oil on one of their doses. In one of their batches. Cut a hot batch.
That's insane, man.
$700 fucking dollars.
It was there, baby. I feel like there's so many times, especially with coke, it's always a fucking adventure. So if it's available, you just gotta buy it and figure out what to do with it later.
God, what a good fucking slogan for cocaine. It's always a fucking adventure. Cocaine. It's always a fucking adventure. It's a picture of mountains.
Yeah. Someone hanging from the edge. How long has he been there? Where is this fucking party at?
All right, thank you guys for listening and watching. If you're listening or watching this on Patreon, thank you for becoming a patron. If not, I can't encourage you enough to become a patron. We got all kinds of fun shit, early access to extra episodes, live AMAs, any other weird shit we do is going to be on the Patreon. And you get that for paying $4 a month, or you can pay $40 for the entire year. That covers you. And what's something else we could add for people real quick? Jake, you want to show up to people's houses and say sweet things to them? Would you be willing to do that for our patrons?
I'd do that for you guys, of course. Yeah, I would do that. I would maybe just take a bath on camera, you know,
Oh, that'd be nice.
read some poetry, you know,
Ooh.
whatever I need to do. Come over to the Patreon.
You could soap any one of our tits up by becoming a patron. I have a picture of all 4 of your nipples. Did you know that picture exists?
I did not, but I know it was one of 40 fucking people at our show at Helium then.
Would you be opposed to someday revealing that?
That I have 4 nipples or that picture?
No, that picture.
Yeah, that can be a Patreon tier.
Okay. There's gonna be a few Patreon tiers shed when I put those little fucking mosquito bites on display.
We could get a live feed of Jake taking the bath,
Mm-hmm.
and then we could have a live chat, and I can have the scrubbing brush,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be like a like a tokens kind of system, not just tokens, just
Well, I
like
like it.
everybody to tell me where you want the brush to go,
Yeah.
and then obviously the brush has a little camera on it too, so we can see all the Jake.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need a.
All your curves and all your edges, brother. All your perfect imperfections.
Thing's gonna need a fisheye lens and everything. Yeah.
What would I do without your smart mouth? All on the Patreon, baby. Patreon.com/Little Stinkers. LILSTINKERS. Anything you want to add before we go?
Nah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks.
Yeah, you guys are the fucking best. We'll
You
see
are
you
the
soon.
best.
I can't wait to do drugs again. Bye.